then the last thing going into the equipment is going to be your vehicle. Your vehicle of choice can potentially influence how successful you are when you're out coyote hunting. Having a vehicle that has four-wheel drive is going to be huge. There's plenty of times where you're in a sticky situation, whether it be deep mud or it be snow or some other adverse conditions that you're going to want that four-wheel drive to get out and about. There's plenty of times when, it's just snowed 3 or 4 inches, roads are closed, but, four-wheel drive, we're hunting. So having four-wheel drive is going to be very vital. Also, use your vehicle. That's your support. That's your support vehicle. All the things that you need for your night of hunting are going to be in that vehicle. Some things that I always have with me, first and foremost, is I always have a med kit, and kind of a substantial med kit. Accidents happen, and you're out in the middle of the night, middle of nowhere, cold, and something bad happens. You got to have an answer for it. So having things like, tourniquets and gauze and things like that, to where if something terrible happens, you have the ability to do treatment at the point of injury, and get them packaged up and call in support and get them to a place to help save their life. So I always have a pretty substantial med kit in my vehicle, or if I'm hunting with someone else, I take it with me. So always have a med kit. Next I have in my vehicle is going to be food and water. You'd be surprised, you start dragging coyotes, man, you get thirsty. Or you're out there hunting all night and you get hungry, and you may not have the option to go to like a gas station or stop somewhere and get food. So I always have a case of water or something to drink. I have usually like an energy drink if I plan on being out all night, some caffeine to help with that, and then also food. I usually have some sort of little Debbie in my truck at some points, or a sandwich from Chick-fil-A or something in there to help keep you fueled throughout your night of hunting. Because if I start hunting at 8 o'clock, I'll go till 3 or 4 in the morning, and that's a pretty long time. So having food and water in your vehicle will help keep you out there longer as well. Next thing I have is additional clothes. So as I stated before, with the layering system, I have clothes to, if I start getting cold, I can add additional gloves, hats, face mask, jackets, or whatever I need, because it may be 35 degrees beginning of the night, and then it may drop down to mid-20s or low 20s with some wind towards the end of the night, and I may want to add some layers. So I have that. I have extra ammo. I keep extra ammo in my truck to top off mags, extra batteries, and what else I usually have in there? Baby wipes, because emergencies happen, so having a way to clean yourself up, so having baby wipes. But look at your vehicle as a support vehicle. Now, additionally on your vehicle, have a way to carry coyotes. For a long time, I just put them in the bed of my truck. I have a cap on my truck, and man, it gets bloody, it gets stinky, and it just gets kind of dirty. So I have elected for people call them meat racks, but some sort of way to put coyotes on throughout the night, because they may not be bleeding now, but you throw them in your truck and start driving around, man, those start leaking everywhere. So having those dirty old stinky coyotes out of your truck and on that meat rack is super beneficial. And then something else that happened last year was ended up getting a flat tire, and I didn't have the proper tools I had the tools to get my spare off and things like that, but it was probably, I think it was 8 degrees that night, and my lug nuts wouldn't break loose. I didn't have a breaker bar, and just had a lot of issues with that. So since then, I have the support stuff to get me out of bad situations. I have a full toolkit, wrenches, sockets, things like that. I have a floor jack. I have bottle jacks. I have ropes. I have ratchet straps. I have my spare tire. Now I keep my spare tire in the bed of my truck. That way, if you're completely, in deep snow and stuff like that, or in a bad situation, you want to be getting up under there to pull your spare off. You may not even be able to get it to come down all the way. I keep a couple blocks. So I keep recovery equipment in my vehicle. Keep a chainsaw in there. I've had times where I'm driving around after a storm and I'm out hunting, and the road is completely impeded by a fallen tree. One, it's not safe to other drivers as well, but two, now I can't get around. So taking that chainsaw and clearing that road back and making it back open, or if you're in super, super bad mud, you can cut logs to build a system to get you up out of a situation. So having self-recovery is huge. So I keep all that stuff in my truck as well. A little bit of extra gas and just everything you need for that. So look at your truck or your vehicle as a complete support vehicle. Let it support you, like for you personally, whether it be food, water, or clothing. Let it support you medically in case there's an emergency. Then let it support you for getting your truck and you out of a bad situation should you need to. So, put all the stuff that you need in your truck and keep it in there and just have it ready to go at all times.